So if we examine the real happy sort of the happiness or joyfulness life, very much depend on motivation here, sincerity, openness, sense of concern of other, or compassion. Then third factor, scientific finding, as I mentioned already. So without touching religious sort of belief, simply use common sense, common experience, and scientific findings, we can educate people. The warm-heartedness is key factor for healthy individual, healthy family, healthy community. Now scientists also used to say, healthy mind is major factor of healthy body. So healthy mind, healthy body, very much related. So everybody take care about our health. So if you really, serious about your health, think or take more concern about your peace of mind. That's very, very important. So these things, through education, right from the beginning, kindergarten up to university level, in our secular education field, eventually, I hope we can have some kind of education about moral ethics, strictly based on secular way. Here in the West, when I use the word of secular, some my friends, some Christians, some Islam, Muslim, they have some reservation about that word. That I think quite understandable. I think during French Revolution and Bolshevik revolutions, and these some cases, you see, they some kind of secularism used for anti-religion. That actually, I think, against religious institution. That is understandable in the past history. Even I think some cases, even today, religious institution, religious authority, used for suppression, used for sort of protect or support ruling class at that time. So in order to against the ruling class, the revolutionary people need this, increase or encourage to even against religious institution. It is necessary. But look, any human being, any sensible human being, never against love or compassion like that. So therefore, these some sort of tendency against religion is not religion itself, but religious institution. So now, in any way, according to Indian understanding about secular means respect all religions, no preference this religion or that religion, and also respect non-believer. Over 3,000 years, this secular concept started in India, including, respect, including non-believer. So that, so when I say secular, according to that understanding, respect all religion, and also respect non-believers' view. Yes, their view, we can argue, but person who hold that view must respect as a human brother, sisters, like that. So therefore, I think we really need some education about warm-heartedness in our modern secular education field, education system. Actually, we are working with full cooperation with some more scientists and also some educationists and some sort of education institution like some universities in India and also in America. We're already sort of working in this field. So I think within, say, 1 year or 2 3 years, I think we may sort of find appropriate sort of curriculum which can fit in secular education field. So, meantime, this society level, we must sort of remind people, and also especially media people, we should educate people. Non-violence is the only way. There's no other choice. Now here, some problem. According to my own sort of case, the Tibetan problem, I totally committed, try to solve this problem strictly according to non-violent principle, and also mutually agreeable solution. One side victory, one side defeat, not that way. So as a result, number of Chinese now really showing their sort of solidarity to us. If we stand some sort of tough line, their side also tough line, then sooner or later, confrontation. That means violence. So here also is some sort of problems here. You see, you should think this problem must be solved through mutual understanding and mutually agreeable solution. So please think, it is not sufficient just to pray, just to hope. Work hard, make effort constantly, and meantime educate our young people, younger generation. Okay, thank you. That's what I want to talk to you. Then some questions now. How to manage? Question.
Your Holiness, we have indeed garnered some questions from members of the audience here.
Oh, yeah.
It's logistically difficult to get microphones down there, so if I may relay some of these questions to you. We have a very easy one to start off with. What do you think needs to happen on a practical level to address inequality and poverty in our world?
Yes, this gap, rich and poor, is a very serious matter. I think last year or 2 years ago, I had the opportunity to visit some Latin American countries. Then I asked audience, rich and poor, how much gap? Small or big? Audience show like that, huge gap, rich and poor. Then also I asked, how much sort of serious about corruption? Small or big? Again, show that way. Some country, I think like Austria, and some country, when I ask this question, they say little. So this rich and poor gap, not only morally wrong, but practically also source of problem. We have to deal this. Now I think both sides should make effort. The richer side, you see, use from their sort of resources, provide education and health to those poorer section of people. Through education, eventually, you see, they develop more self-confidence. Otherwise, you see, poorer section of people, sometimes, you see, they feel, one time in South Africa, Soweto town, I had the opportunity to visit. I visited one family. That family, and their one friend joined when we having some tea. some talk. And then a friend introduced me, his teacher. Then I talk. Now you already got democratic constitution. Everybody equal. But it takes time, mentally, emotionally, more equality. Take time. Then he mentioned to me, they believe the native African people, brain level, little inferior. I really was shocked. I really felt very sort of serious about it, a sad feeling. And I argue with him. No, totally wrong. Ask medical scientist or brain specialist any differences, white people and black people. No differences. And then I mentioned about our own case. Some Chinese is considered Tibetan really backward. But you see, the only question of opportunity. When we have opportunity, and Tibetan who found opportunity, they can experts, equal way. I mentioned these things. Then at last, low sound, low voice, he told me, now he convinced we are same. So at that moment, I feel tremendous sort of relief. Right? At least I helped some individual who's mentally that kind of wrong concept. Now I can change that. So like that, the poorer section of people must develop self-confidence. And we all have same sort of, ability, same sort of potential there. So then new situation provide new sort of opportunity. Then through work hard and overcome their sort of difficulties, economic difficulties. And then richer side, recently in Delhi, I expressed one big meeting. There are some kind of custom. Those wealthy family, when they they have marriage ceremony, they build sort of huge sort of tent and a lot of decoration like that. I express that's a waste of money, a waste of time. If you really have some kind of meaningful ceremony about wedding, then that day 30, 40 trucks filled with fruits and breads or cheese or like that. Then go around Delhi city, those slum area, those children, including street children, distribute some fruit, some bread, something like that. That will be really meaningful ceremony of marriage. Otherwise, these are really nonsense. So the richer side provide poorer section of people education and equipment. One time in Africa, I mentioned the northern world must provide education and instrument for development. And the poorer section of the people must train and develop willpower, to work hard. So that's, I feel, the only way. So this, I think, I'm really happy you put this question. I think that really, in Northern Ireland, how much gap rich and poor? like that. Bigger, like that. Now in India, also very serious. In China, also very serious, like that. So I think everybody's interest, you see, we have to look very seriously about this matter. Very important. Now, next question.
Thank you for that. This is a subject, this next question, that you've talked quite a lot about this afternoon. You've said that the key to a happier and more successful world is the growth of compassion. How do you feel we could best nurture our own and our children's compassion in our homes and in our schools?
Firstly, as I mentioned earlier, we need some sort of, in the curriculum, some lesson about education of warm-heartedness. Then I think immediately what we can do is teachers not only carry lesson to give a student just like information, but you should show your real sense of concern of their well-being, hold their life. Teachers have a responsibility. Actually, you see, the sort of making new shape of individual students' long future. So, you see, with that kind of sense of concern, and show them your genuine concern of their well-being, their long future. Then I'm quite sure, even lesson, education, a student who received sort of lesson from a teacher who really showing genuine concern, genuine love towards student, I think that lesson may enter deep insight. The teacher may be great professor, but you see, explain wonderful way, but not showing any sort of sense of concern of students' well-being. And then student come to the lesson class, but I think student may feel, or as soon as this lesson finish, the better, like that. If you see the teacher's side really showing sense of concern, then student, I think, may find, they prefer remain longer period. So that, I think, one way. Then the family, the parent, especially mother, I think spend more time with their children. And they cultivate in children's mind how strong experience from affection. So I think that's, as I mentioned earlier, by biological factor, by nature, that's already there. Then on top of that, deliberately make some effort, you see, to get more deeper experience about the value of affection, kindness towards children. I think that's very, very important. So here, my own case, I don't know what you are, perhaps I think 6, 7 years old, maybe I think every sort of children, sometimes a little bit because of the naughty. So I myself also, you see, when I was very young, in my village, of course, as a village children, you see, no other sort of the toys or these things to play. So my mother used to carry me on her shoulder. So then I sit my mother's shoulder, a very comfortable way. Then I hold my mother's 2 ear, right hand, left hand, go like that. And then when I want to go this side,
left or right,
left or right side, then I do like this.
Yeah,
you see,
here.
this way, like that. So if my mother, you see, not listen my wish, then I shout and go like that. So really, my mother really provided me immense affection. I think our mother's sort of angry face, I think all our brothers, sisters, I think never saw our mother's sort of angry face. Very kind person. So I believe certain amount of my sort of compassion is first come from my mother. I learned from mother, not from my spiritual teachers. But of course later, spiritual teachers also, you see, immense help to sustain and further develop like that. So that's my view. Then, next.
The next question is really someone looking for advice, and it's a particular experience this person had, but we might learn something from your answer.
I think one chair.
No, I'm fine.
No.
I'm fine.
I feel
I prefer to be mobile. Can I ask the question, Your Holiness? This is from an individual. How can I forget a horrible experience I have seen? I saw a soldier shot nearly 40 years ago, but still get flashbacks.
Anyway, it is good not to forget these things. While you remember these things, this is opportunity or occasion, practice of forgiveness. Then also, you see, it is very important to make distinction. The bullet come from a barrel of gun, but that not independently come. That used by soldier. Again, the soldier, without the order, may not open fire. Even the individual, if that moment the soldier keep some kind of strong sort of feeling of sense of concern of others' life, the soldier, he or she may not open, aiming to you. The leaders who give order also, you see, if real sort of concern, sense of concern of others' life, and I think instruction may because of draw the line, or say, not aiming on human life, human being, but some is shot to as a warning like that, perhaps. So therefore, it clearly shows motivation here is this ultimate source of violence, anger, hatred, ill feeling. That also based on strong feeling of we and they. Do not consider their life, no feeling of right, respect of their life, just only themselves. So therefore, actually, such person who involved violence at that time, I think they themselves become slave of negative, destructive emotion. So thinking this line, there is sufficient reason, feel concern. How poor, how pity these people become slave of destructive emotion. So then, instead of anger, you get some kind of sense of concern. sense of pityness about these people. So, I think think these lines. Not forget, but forgiveness on the basis of deeper understanding about reality. That I would like to mention to you. And then, of course, my own sort of practice. When 2008 crisis, I think 10th March 2008, afternoon, I received one sort of message from Tibet. Now people moving for demonstration. I immediately developed too much sort of anguish or concern. Almost same sort of feeling, 1959, 10th March sort of crisis. Helplessness, concern, like that. And then at that time, through my own practice, I visualize those sort of people who take these decisions, shooting on Tibet. Then visualize them. Then we have some sort of practice. Take their anger, destructive emotion, take into myself, and give the spirit of love, compassion, forgiveness, give them through visualization. That kind of practice is immense help to keep my mind more calm, more compassionate mind. Actually, that kind of practice won't help to solve the problem, but immense benefit to keep my peace of mind. So you see, that kind of thinking is really useful. Therefore, if you forget, then no basis of practice of these forgiveness, these things. So make distinction. Forget, forgiveness. Clear? Next question?
Yep. I only have two more questions for you.
Sorry. Another example. One of my previous visits here, I met some people who one of their family killed. So when meeting take place, when I enter, that room, the organizer give me warning. Now these people, some of the people may shout or like that. When I enter, most of the people's face is very serious and very negative way. Too much sort of anger, hatred. Then everybody sat down. Then some sort of talk, some discussions. Then eventually, the whole atmosphere completely changed. Then all those people, at the beginning, very serious face, become more smiling face.
That's right.
And we have, I think, lunch together. Very nice. So then another occasion I visit. Again, met some of them. Then their face completely changed.
That's right. Yeah.
So same experience, but changed their mental attitude. So same sort of, same experience, but mental attitude completely changed. So that is training of mind. We can train that way. We can change that way through reasoning, like that. Yes?
Thank you. Thank you for the chair of compassion, by the way, that was brought on for me. Here's the question, second last question. The UN is currently rethinking priorities for man, womankind post-2015 Millennium Development Goals. How does Your Holiness think we can translate those into a tangible goal that world leaders can agree on?
Not very clear. I don't know. I think instead of waiting 2015, I think currently Syria, a lot of serious killing there. United Nations must do something. Isn't it? Really, really. That since I left, what happened, I don't know. Usually in India, I always listen BBC regularly. So sometimes, what is it? Addicted, listening BBC. So when I'm missing, listen. Then that morning I feel something missing. So since I left, I don't know. But what is the latest situation about North Korea? Very serious. Actually, publicly, also they threatening use nuclear weapons. So when I leaving from India, things are very, very serious. So now, fortunately, not very serious things happened, but I don't know. So in any way, current sort of situation, I think like United Nations or these big nations, I think should take some active sort of method to reduce or to eliminate these things. Then we can talk 2015. But you see, the present sort of problem, those big nations or United Nations, you see, doing nothing, just to complain, or then talking about 2015. I think it's difficult.
Final question, Your Holiness. You and your friend Richard Moore share many things in common, I'm quite sure. One thing we notice you definitely share in common is a sense of humour. What role does a sense of humour have to play in world peace and compassion, if any?
Correct. That also, I'm not very sure. But sometimes I think humor, there is also, you see, two kinds of humor. One humor spontaneously come. That humor is more effective. But sometimes humor also can be like a smile. There are sarcastic smile, or diplomatic smile, or genuine smile, variety of smiles, isn't it?
Yes.
Humor also can be, I think, different level. So genuine humor, out of spontaneous and out of openness, that's very good. You see, sometimes you see in order the serious atmosphere a little bit sort of cool down, the humor also, you see, helpful. But that humor must be very sincere, honest humor. I think most probably humor also, sarcastic humor also possible. Diplomatic humor also is possible. So diplomatic humor, sarcastic humor, sometimes I think develop more negative feeling. Clear? I think we human beings, our mind is so smart. You see, although you see smile, it's a very positive physical sort of expression. I think maybe some monkey may have ability to smile, but otherwise there's no other sort of animals. I think dogs only licking. That's the only way to show affection. No smile, isn't it? When they show their teeth, it's a dangerous situation. So I think we have, one unique sort of human ability show smile. But that goodness itself, sometimes we use negative way. Our mind so smart, and also our intelligence, really wonderful intelligence, but sometimes this marvelous intelligence for destruction. So then ultimately we have to think seriously how to keep here warm-heartedness. That's the only sort of remedy. Otherwise, our intelligence sometimes often goes destructive way, like that. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I think someone's going to sing a song. No. Good.
Yes. Good. Thank you.
Stay there.
Thank you, Your Holiness, for those questions. And I'd also like to thank members of the audience who sent the questions, and I hope I read them correctly. Back to entertainment, and a man who I know is an admirer of both the gentlemen sitting centre stage. You heard him earlier on. Again, he needs absolutely no introduction from me whatsoever. Christy Moore.
When you look into a child's face, you are seeing all the human race, the endless possibilities there, where so much can come true. And you think of the beautiful things a child can do. How long can a child survive? When you think about the money spent on defense by governments, the weapons of destruction they build and tell us we need, and you think of the millions and millions that money could feed. How long can you hear someone crying? How long can you hear someone dying before you ask yourself why? How long will they tell us these weapons are keeping us free? It's a lie. If you saw it from a satellite, all the green and the blue and white, the beauty of the curve of the earth and the oceans below, you might think it was paradise if you didn't know, and you might think it was turning, but it's turning so slow. How long can you hear someone crying? How long can you hear someone dying before you ask yourself why? How long will it be till we've turned to the tasks and the skills we have to learn. If we're going to find our place in the future, have something to offer to the children of this world. How long?
Christy Moore. Kildare colours, he says. Thank you very much, Christy. I'd now like to invite on stage to talk about the Youth Compassion Award, someone who's involved with the education team of Children in Crossfire, Donna McFeely.
Hello. The Youth Compassion Award gave Children in Crossfire the opportunity to hear about some of our young people in this city and what fantastic young people we have. In connection with the Dalai Lama's visit, we were honoured to look for some young people who showed compassionate acts in their daily lives. We were overwhelmed by the response that we got. So we asked 2 young people to help us, and we formed the judging panel. And if I could just invite Joe Dunkel and Niamh Moore to join me at this point. I'm sure both Niamh and Joe would agree that all the young people we read about are truly amazing. It was both refreshing and inspiring to see so many young people in our city displaying compassion in action. After reading one particular nomination, we all agreed that the young man I'm about to introduce has a very genuine and deep concern and compassion for others. A medical student who dedicates his time listening to, befriending and using humour to show patients and those he volunteers with that they're special. Oisín spends every weekend volunteering in our local hospital, and when he's not studying medicine, he dedicates his time to mentoring young children and children with special needs. He is an example of an exceptional young person our city should be proud of. And I'm so delighted to welcome Oisín on stage to receive his award from His Holiness the Dalai Lama. So Oisín Donny, come out.
Wonderful.
All right, Ed.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, good luck.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oisín's going to say a few words.
Find it eventually. Thank you, Donna. Firstly, I would like to give a massive thanks to His Holiness the Dalai Lama and Children in Crossfire for this award. It is most humbling, and I am proud and honoured to be here today at the city's Culture of Compassion event. It is fitting to congratulate the other nominees for this award, and I am very proud and pleased to be a part of this wonderful event today and be a young person in our city at this time. I was nominated for this award by my sister Sarah, who kept it to herself, never telling anyone that she had made this nomination. And so you can imagine my overwhelming happiness to be here and the great privilege to be in the same room with worldwide inspiring figures, His Holiness the Dalai Lama and our very own Richard Moore. To me, compassion is about reaching out to all kinds of people, never to judge, to show them that someone does care, is there to listen, and will help them if needs be. It is important to remember that compassionate actions are not about massive world-changing gestures, but about the small things, such as smiling and saying hello to someone in the street, having the patience and making the time to sit down with a good old cup of tea and have a chat. Currently, as Donna mentioned, I am studying medicine at Queen's University Belfast, and my dream is to become a good doctor, improving people's quality of lives and also save lives. I have found out through my various voluntary roles that when you can be of service to someone else, it adds a meaning to your life that cannot be obtained from any other adventure. For this reason, I always make sure I find the time each weekend to volunteer at Altnagelvin. My role involves helping the wonderful staff in our hospital who dedicate themselves and do so much for others every day. By far, the best part about my role is the opportunity to talk with patients, many of whom sadly have no one else to talk to, others who like to share their worries and fears for some peace of mind, and others who just love a good chat to cheer them up. I think it's important to always make this time for other people. It has always been instilled upon me that no act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted, and the belief that you can never become poor by giving whatever you can to others. I want to thank you all again for this award, and I hope that if you should ever cross my path in the future, I can be of service to you. Thanks very much.
There's a very special award or gift we're going to share today. Is Monsignor Martin anywhere? Where is he? Don't be shy. Monsignor Martin, this is his last day in Derry, and on Sunday he gets ordained as a coadjutor Archbishop of Armagh, and we thought he's very supportive of children in Crossfire. The diocese is very supportive of children in Crossfire, and we thought it would be a great opportunity just to wish him all the success in the future and thank him for his support so far, and I hope it continues in his new role. And you never miss a chance. And I would like His Holiness to present a gift to Monsignor Martin on behalf of children in Crossfire. All right. Thank you. All right, good man. You're great. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. All right. And there's just one final thing for me to do. If I'm waiting on somebody to arrive with a very special gift for His Holiness. I'm going to ask Marcus, the chairperson of Children in Crossfire, to present His Holiness with a gift as well.
Thank you.
It's a piece of Derry crystal, Your Holiness.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And also, His Holiness has a tradition of giving scarves. Well, it's come back to haunt him because, Your Holiness, we got a very special one-off Children in Crossfire scarf. It's the only one that exists, and we want to give it to you, so thank you very much. Go ahead, the picture. Thank you very much. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's it. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you to the Longtower Folk Club. And we're going to ask the Longtower Folk Club to stay on stage now because it's finally the finale, the final finale this time. And a final musical treat for you. I'm going to ask a former colleague and long-time friend of mine, Francis Campbell, and another former friend of mine, Felix Healy. Not quite so long time, but he's not as good looking as Francis either, but he sings quite well. On stage, along with the Longtower Folk Group, along with the Encore Contemporary Choir, and as they say in the good old days, including mainly yourselves. Please join in the final song, and it'll be just simply goodbyes after this. Okay? Take it away, folks.
There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying. It's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest of all.
We can't go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere will soon make a change. We are all a part of God's great big family, and the truth, you know, love is all we need. We are the world, let's hear you sing. We are the children. We are the ones to make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me.
Send me a heart so they know that someone cares, and their lives will be stronger and free, as God has shown us by turning stone to bread. So we all must lend a helping hand.
We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones to make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me.
When you're down and out, seems the hope at all.
But if you just believe, there's no way we can fall. Let's realize to make a better day, just you and me. We are the world. We are the world. We are the children. We are the children. We are the ones to make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true to make a better day, just you and me.
Thank you, Francis. Thank you, Felix. Thank you, choirs, folk group, encore. And a big thanks to all the performers who came on stage today, to Christy, to Janet, to Frank, and to Colin, to Abby, and to the Rainbow Dance Group as well. So to everybody who was on stage, to everybody who's worked so hard to make this a success behind the scenes, and to you yourselves for being a brilliant audience altogether. Those wee cars I lied about earlier on are to be found in the foyer on your way out. Please do help yourselves to one, and please do help. Thank you very much, and safe home.